I prayed and prayed for Dad to get better, but God let him die. Why? Why would God make him get better?
God did make your dad better by giving him perfect joy in heaven. My name is Zach, and you're tuned in to Keys for Kids. Dealing with the death of someone you love is one of the hardest things you'll go through in your life. It'll never be easy, but if you and your loved one are Christians, God promises that you'll be together in heaven one day. There you'll have perfect joy in His presence, and Revelation 21:4 will come true. It says, He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, sadness, crying, or pain. And now for our story. It's called Joy in the Morning. Cara heard the floor squeak under her tennis shoes as she followed her mom down the hospital corridor. Her dad was in the hospital again, and her mom had picked her up from school so they could visit him. "Dad!" Cara cried as they entered the room. She ran to the bed and flung her arms around her father's frail shoulders. "Have the doctors figured out what's wrong with you yet?" Dad hugged her close. "They're still running tests, but I'm afraid the news isn't good." A lump formed in Cara's throat. "I'll pray for you, Dad. I'll pray for you to get better." Dad smiled and squeezed her hand. Pretty soon it was time for Mom to take Cara to her aunt and uncle's house where she'd be staying so Mom could be close to Dad at the hospital. A few weeks later, Cara woke up one morning to see Mom sitting on the edge of her bed. "Mom, you're here. How's Dad?" "Oh, Cara," said Mom with a sob, "Dad is with Jesus now." Hot tears flooded Cara's eyes. "What? No, I prayed that God would make him better, that he wouldn't be sick anymore." "And he's not sick anymore," Mom said as she pulled Cara into her arms. But I don't understand." Tears streamed down Cara's face. "How could God let Dad die?" "I don't know, honey," said Mom as she wiped her eyes. "Sometimes God allows things to happen that we can't understand here on earth." She brushed the hair out of Cara's eyes. "But Cara, think of how Dad must have felt when he opened his eyes and saw Jesus." Mom's words were very quiet. There's a Bible verse that says, "Joy comes in the morning," and today that came true for Dad. He woke up to find himself in the presence of Jesus, free of sickness and pain. It must be a wonderful morning for him. Cara nodded. "I'm glad he's not sick anymore, but I miss him so much already." "So do I," said Mom, her eyes brimming with tears. "But someday we'll also wake up to find ourselves in the presence of Jesus, and when we do, Dad will be there too." So how about you? Have you experienced the death of a family member or a friend? It's hard to lose someone you love, and it's natural to feel sad about it and even wonder how God could allow it to happen. But remember that for a Christian, death means passing from this life on earth into the presence of Jesus in heaven. So trust Him to give you comfort and peace in your time of loss, knowing that one day He will wipe away all your tears when you see Him face to face. Our key verse is Psalm chapter 30, verse 5.
"Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning."
And our key thought today, after death, joy awaits Christians. I'm glad I could spend some time with you today on the Keys for Kids story. If you want an easy way to make the stories a part of your everyday life, then ask Alexa to play the Keys for Kids podcast. Then you can listen wherever you have an Echo device, like in the bathroom brushing your teeth, or in the kitchen eating lunch, or even at bedtime just before you go to sleep. It's a great way to make time with God a part of your life. Just ask Alexa, play the Keys for Kids podcast. I'm Zach. Thanks for spending time with Keys for Kids.